everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of Golden Era. As I promised in the last video, we are going to build a full stack application which is going to analyze a competitor, give you a full-fledged report on your own website. Where in today's episode, we are going to use N10 and Lovable to build this project. So without wasting any time, let's head to the screen. As usual, I'm in my all projects browser. Let's open our N10 here and go to our competitor analyzer. This is the exact workflow I showed you in the last video, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it first to understand what's going on in this series. As we have planned that we are going to build a full stack project, we first got to understand that what a webhook actually is. So what a webhook actually is, that it is a simple URL to which an HTTP request is made by an application. In simple words, you can say it is a phone number on which you call to submit a request, or the URL on which you send some data in order to process it. Now let's take an example. You must use driving or taxi booking applications and Google Maps, in which the live location of your rider or driver is being showed. The actual app doesn't own a satellite. What the app does is that a webhook is a simple URL on which a set of data is sent, and then the webhook processes it and gives an output. There are total two types of webhook requests that are mostly used. One is post request and one is get request. Get request simply means that the data is already available there and you just grab it. And post request means that the data is being sent and processed, and after processing, the webhook will return the data. If you don't understand it, just go ask ChatGPT in order to make. So let's just copy our webhook. We are going to copy the production URL. So here we can see that there are two types of URL, test URL and second is production URL. Test URL actually is that it is a test URL in which you gotta click on this execute workflow button, okay, and then the webhook will start listening for any kind of requests of data from any place. But in a production URL, you just gotta activate your workflow and it is going to be listening for data requests 24/7. First of all, let's copy our test URL, okay, and go to our Lovable project here. We are going to write a prompt for it. So right here, I've written my perfect prompt in order to create the application using Dev. Here, told Lovable to create a full stack competitor analyzer workflow with the following requirements: a user input form where the user can just input its competitor's URL or its competitor's name, then click the analyze button, after which that query, whether it's a URL or it's a name of a competitor, it is sent to this webhook URL. So it is a test URL that we copied from here, okay. You can see right here, we just copied it from here and pasted it here. So this is the URL on which the data, that the payload structure will be like this. I told her how the data must be structured when sending to the webhook. Then I told that as soon as you receive this response, save it to the backend and then create a card, animated card, on which when user clicks it, a separate dialog box opens which shows us the data in a slide format. Like for each heading and its data, a separate slide is created. That's what I told Lovable to do. This is just the backend configuration. If you want, I'll leave the link to this whole prompt and the N10 workflow in the description. You can visit it and see how the UI was designed. So let me send this, and it's starting to create the application. Describe the feature: full app data hosting, authentication, AI included. This is a new feature in the Lovable that now it can create full stack application without any external integration needed. But yeah, the thing is exactly the same. You can't scrape website, extract, or do things like that using Lovable. It can create flows, backend authentication, and payment integrations all on its own. But for complex workflows, you gotta use external tools like we are using anytime. So let it create. I'm allowing this backend. Lovable actually now uses its own backend instead of Superbase. It used to use Superbase as its backend, but right now it hosts everything itself. Let's just wait. Lovable has successfully created our competitor analyzer website. So let's try testing it. First of all, I'm going to go here. Just because we are using the test URL, we gotta click this button, execute workflow. Let me unpin this and click on execute workflow. Now you can see here that it is listening for test event. Now this thing is mainly used to test and configure the whole workflow according to your application. Most of the time you won't need it, but it's just a feature. So I'm gonna type a brand's name, which is brand sticky CRM, and you can see that we have our slides created, but here we are encountering a problem. Let's configure this. Competitors body, competitors website, test this thing and see if it is working. Right now it's working perfectly. We have configured this workflow correctly. Now let's execute this workflow. Our webhook starts listening for test events. Let's go here and type our brand's name, Sticky. Click on Analyze Competitor, and we've encountered an error. This is an error in our workflow that the fields are returning as none. Okay, so we gotta just rename this as text because both of basic LLM chain and edit fields node were returning different names, and we only added the one that was right here. Let's try to run this again. Let's dismiss this and click on Analyze Competitor again. If we come here on the back end, our workflow has started to run, fetching all the links of our competitors' websites. It's looping and scraping the websites containing the information about our competitor. It's crafting the report, so it has organized data and successfully sent to our webhook. If we come back here, we have our report right here. Let's click on this and the report gets opened, and we can click on this next button to see every single techniques, strategies, and growth levers. Brand Sticky has recently implemented features such as find emails from CSV, social proof notification with things like this. So we have successfully created our own application, and now the problem comes that how do we publish it? Because we have our application created. What if we want to publish it and let others access it? We're just gonna simply click on publish and click on this publish and spend time generating a new URL. Let's just AI generate this thing for us. So here we have our application published publicly, and we can just copy this link and access our project or websites easily, just like that. Easy peasy. Here are our workflows that we generated. That was it for today's video, where we completed our first project of this series, creating a full stack application in which you can just put your competitor's name or URL, and it is going to analyze your competitor and give you a full-fledged review. In the next video, I'm going to show you the real power of Lovable. You'd be thinking that Lovable is just a simple text-to-code platform, but no, I'm going to show you something in the next episode that is going to blow your mind. So that was it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, just share it with your friends so they can also learn the new technologies and catch up with the AI field. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Bye.